it, because it can never hurt you to vocally refuse a search. Another thing to keep in mind is that you may accidentally agree to a search without even saying anything. There's actions that you can take that constitute consent to a search. So for example, Earthworm never told me that I could search her bag, but when I asked her to open the bag, she opened it. Opening a backpack, when you're asked to, is considered consenting to have it searched. If a cop tells you empty your pockets and you empty them, you're consenting to have the contents of your pockets searched. So it's very important anytime the question of a search comes up, anytime the police are making any kind of move towards trying to search you or find out what you have on you, even if they're just asking, like, what do you have on you there? What's in your bag? Anything like that. Break this phrase out as soon as possible. And when you say it loudly and clearly so that anybody around you can hear that you didn't consent to a search, because that could be important later.
Don't leave your card with. Okay.
Yes, actually we're gonna get to that.
Speaking of cars.
No, we're gonna.
Wait, yeah.
So one more thing to keep in mind while you're being detained. If you're detained, the police do have the right to sort of control where your body is and how it's positioned, right? So if a cop tells you stop while you're being detained, you have to stop. If a cop tells you put your hands up, put your hands against the wall, things like this, you do have to comply with that. But that doesn't mean that they're allowed to force you to allow a search. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to repeat this skit with a volunteer from the audience taking the place of Earthworm as the victim here. What should that person do differently this time around to assert their rights and not get busted?
Ask if they're being detained?
Yeah, right up front, ask if you're being detained. What if you are being detained and the cop wants to try to look through your stuff?
Say I'm consenting to search.
Yeah, and what if they're badgering you, asking you questions? Yeah. And then what if they're colding you for a long time, trying to waste your time?
And free to go for
free to go.
Keep asking if you're free to go, exactly. Cool, so who wants to give it a try?
I'll go right here.
All right.
You use the backpack?
Let me get my outfit on here. Yeah,